Hello friends, welcome to my channel Analytics Mantra.
Today, we will talk about how to apply cell formatting and conditional formatting in our Excel file. Along with this, we will talk about how to merge cells and unmerge cells. So let's start with the Jupyter notebook. Let me open a fresh Jupyter notebook and we will rename it as formatting, conditional formatting and merge cells. For this, we will be using openpyxl library and under which we will be using the component CellIsRule and PatternFill. So means once we will move to the coding part, I will brief you which component is used for what purpose. Before that, let me show you an Excel file on which we will be working on. So let us suppose we will be working on exercise 5 notebook. And here we do have a cricket tab in which we do have a information of cricketers. So we'll be working on it. What we have to do, we will basically apply the conditional formatting on D column. Means we will say like if the score is or the number of innings is greater than 25, then it will highlight with the red color. Let me close this notebook and then jump to the Jupyter notebook. For this, we will be importing openpyxl library and we will write a code from openpyxl load import load workbook in order to load the existing workbook. Now it has been imported. After that, I have to change the directory path. For this, I am importing OS library and we will be using csdir function in order to change the directory path. And in Windows, we have to pass the double slash instead of a single slash in order to pass the correct directory path. Now the directory path has been changed. After that, I will create an object for the workbook exercise 5. Let us suppose I am naming it as WB and I am passing a function load workbook and then I will pass the exercise 5 notebook name. Now it has been loaded. After that, I will create an object for the worksheet as there are two worksheets currently. One is the cricket and another one is cricket run, yearly run. But we will work on the cricket worksheet. So I will create an object for cricket worksheet. WS is equal to WB and then cricket. WB is an object for the workbook. Now it has been created. Now, in order to apply the conditional formatting, we will import CellIsRule component from openpyxl.formatting.rule, and in order to define the color or the pattern, we will be importing PatternFill from openpyxl.styles. For this, I will be writing a code from openpyxl dot formatting. It is case sensitive, so you have to take care of it. Dot rule, and then we have to import cell is rule. After that, you have to import pattern fill from openpyxl dot styles. From openpyxl dot styles, import pattern fill. Now it has been imported. After that, you have to define a pattern where you will define the color and the fill type, whether it is solid or not. Let us suppose I am defining a pattern with a red color, so I am renaming it as I am defining an object with a red fill name. You can put this name and anything that you want. After that, you will be using pattern fill and then you will have to pass the component start color and then you have to pass the color code. Let us suppose for red color it is EE4636 and then you will pass the next parameter to end color. It should be same. Basically you will be passing EE4636 and after that you will pass the type. Fill type is equal to solid. It is giving an error because the pattern fill spelling is not correct. Now it has been defined. Now we have defined an object red fill which defines the color and the type of filling we want on which on the cells we are applying the conditional formatting. After that, we will apply the conditional formatting on D cell, basically D column, D2 to D10. Let me open and check from which, sorry, from which cells or worksheet we want to open. This is the exercise 5 notebook and we want to apply the conditional formatting from D2 to D10. So again we will open this and then we'll apply. We have defined an object WS for this worksheet. So we'll say WS dot conditional formatting dot add. Now we will say to which range we have to apply the conditional formatting. Now we want to apply from D2 to D10. After that I will say cell is rule, and now we have to pass the condition. So we'll pass the condition means which operator we want to apply. For this we do have a parameter, operator equal to greater than, and formula equal to means in formula parameter I have to pass the value, means to which value you want to apply conditional formatting, means beyond which value. If I want to apply the conditional formatting greater than 25, so in formula parameter I have to pass the value 25 over here, and then I will say stop if true, means it will apply over there, and then we have to say true, but here I should be capital. And after that we have to define a color. We have defined a color using the red fill object, so we will be using fill equal to red fill. Now you can again check whether it is correct or not. For this we will be removing this equal to sign, means we are saying on worksheet cricket we are applying the conditional formatting and adding the cell to the range D2 to D10, and we are applying this formula on CellIsRule where operator is saying greater than 25, stop if true, and then fill type is equal to red fill. Now it has been defined. After that, what we have to say, we have to save down the notebook. In order to do that, we use exercise 7 as a name in order to save down the changes. So we will say wb.save and then exercise 7.xlsx. Now let us check whether it has been defined or not. Now a new workbook has been created, exercise 7, and then we can check whether it has been applied or not. So now you can see, means the conditional formatting has been applied where the value is greater than 25. So for bowler Kuldeep, the innings number of innings is less than 25, so it is not colored. For Shami, the number of innings are less than 25, then it is not colored. Otherwise all the players have number of innings greater than 25, due to which it has been colored or the conditional formatting has been applied on it. Now I want to insert a header in the particular worksheet and I want to merge the cells. So for that we will be using merge cells, and then we will be using the different pattern fill, and for borders we will be using the different components for it. Let us suppose first of all I want to insert the rows. For that I will be using insert rows, and I want to insert the rows at first position. And how many number of rows I want to insert? Let us suppose I want to insert 2 rows. So I will pass the second parameter as 2, and first parameter defines the space or the index basically in which we want to define the or insert the rows. For inserting the rows you will be using insert rows, but in order to insert columns you will be using insert cols. Now the 2 rows has been inserted. Now what I want to do, I want to merge the cells. So for that we will be using ws is the worksheet object that we have defined previously. Now ws dot merge cells function we will be using in order to merge the cells. What all cells I want to merge, so I will pass the range over here, A2 to D2. Now it has been merged. After that, I want to assign a value for it. Now, in order to assign a value to that particular cell, I will do ws dot cell, and after that I will pass an index. First is the position of the row, so I want to insert a value in second row and first column. Now the value should be, let us suppose, Indian stats, and I will pass it in a single quotes. Now it has been defined. After that, I want to color this header. For that, I will be using openpyxl dot styles, and what I will be doing, I will be importing PatternFill, although we have already imported it, but we will be also importing the font in order to change the font type and in order to define the color. So something is not correct. Openpyxl, sorry, it should be styles. Now let us suppose I want to color the header with yellow. So I am defining, let us suppose, yellow fill. Means you can name it anything that you want. This is the object name. For this I will be using pattern fill. I have already told you that how to define the pattern in row number 7, and here I will be defining the color code. So for this I will be using start color equal to, for defining the color, we can use this color function in order to take the, or in order to fetch the hexagonal values. So for this we will be using triple F 000, and then we will be passing end color is equal to, and then we'll be using the color function. For this I am defining two different ways, means how we can fetch the color codes. For this we will be using double F 000 sorry, we will be taking the same name as it is, and after that I will say fill type equal to solid. So fill type equal to solid for it. Now we have defined the color part. After that, what we will say, I want to apply this on cell A2. For this I will say A2 dot fill equal to yellow fill. How we want to fill? We will assign an object that we have defined using for yellow color, yellow fill. After that, I want to make it bold and italic, and I also want to make it underline. So for this, I will be using the font component. I want to make it for A2. After this, font equal to, now we are defining the font type. For bold, we are defining B is equal to true. For italic, we will be using I equal to true, and for underline we will be using, let us suppose I don't want to underline single line, but I want to use it as double, so we will be passing it double over here. Now it has been defined. After that, I want to apply some borders over here. For this, I will be importing border and side from openpyxl.styles. For this, I will be importing from openpyxl.styles import border and then side. Now it has been imported. After that, you will define an object in order to define that how you want to apply border and what should be the sides. For this, I will be using an object, let us suppose b equal to border function we will be using. On left hand side, this is the parameter type, like means the parameter is left equal to, and then we are defining an side over here. So what style I want to apply? Style is equal to, let us suppose, thin formatting I want to apply over here. After that, I will say right equal to Then I will be using the side function for this, and styles equal to at right hand side style equal to thin only. And after that, for top side I will apply thick, top equal to side, and then we will be using style equal to thick for heavy borders. And then for bottom, side equal to, now I'm saying like style equal to thick. It is throwing an error. Why? Let me check. Now you will see basically I am using double brackets for this, so I will be removing this. And similarly it is again throwing an error. Let me check. For this is the extra bracket I'm using, and now it has been defined correctly. After that, I want to apply this border. Let us suppose I want to apply on A2 only. So for this I am using or defining this border using dot border at cell A2 dot border, and then we will define an object or use an object that we have defined in the previous line. So for this it will be B. Now we have applied the borders like how it should, like from right and left it should be thin, but from top and bottom it should be thick. Now I have to apply the formatting part, means how do I want to do the alignment. For this I will be importing alignment from openpyxl.styles. From openpyxl.styles you can import all these components at a one go, but I am defining in a different steps just to give you the clear picture that what component is used for what purpose. So I will be using dot styles for import, and then I will be using the alignment. After that I will be saying ws dot cell, on which cell I want to apply the alignment, and row number 2 and column number 1, and then I'm saying dot alignment equal to, and then I'm defining, basically in this step I'm defining the alignment in the single row only, but previously I have defined an object first for that particular formatting part and then I am assigning it, but in this step I'm assigning and defining the object in a single go. For this I am using alignment, and then for, let us suppose for horizontal purpose it should be center aligned, and for from the vertical prospect it should also be center. Now I will save down the workbook. My workbook is name is exercise 7.xlsx. It is throwing an error because it is already open. Well, first of all I have to close it and then I will save down the changes. Now let me open that Excel workbook. Now you can see that I have applied the center alignment first of all on this, so it is centrally aligned from horizontal purpose and the vertical purpose also. After that it is means it is in italic format, and it is bold and double underline, and I also apply borders on this. So for this you can see the top and the bottom borders are thick, but side borders are basically thin, and the conditional formatting I have also applied. So that's all for today guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and also share with your friends for better learning. Thank you guys.